Good morning, kindergartners. I hope everyone's having a good day. Happy Friday and day before spring break. We are going to do a daily number talk today using the double row Reck and Rec. We have a very special guest today. We have Mrs. Graves with us today.
Hi, kindergartners.
So Mrs. Graves is a kindergarten teacher at Emerson, and she's going to help us with our number talk today. So what I'm going to do, I didn't bring my large Reck and Rec, my large 2-row Reck and Rec home, but I have one of my small ones. I've pushed some beads over on the top and the bottom of my Reck and Rec, so I'd like you to look at it and tell me how many beads you think I've pushed over. All right, so here we go. See that there? It's hard to see. Okay, so again, pause it if you need to figure it out. But then we're going to have Mrs. Graves share what her strategy might be in order to tell us how many beads there are. All right, Mrs. Graves, whenever you're ready.
So I'm looking at just the top row of the Reck and Rec, and I know that there's 5 red beads on the top and 5 red beads on the bottom. So I'm looking at that top row, and I know that there's 5 red beads, and then I see 1 more white bead, so I'm going to count on it, know that that top row has 6. And then I'm just going to count on the 3 that are on the bottom. So 7, 8, 9.
Okay, so think about if you agree with Mrs. Graves' strategy. Did you do something similar or did you do something different? Another strategy might be that you went through and counted all those beads. So counting them, it's hard to hold and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 3 more at the bottom, 7, 8, 9. So see if you agree with one of those strategies. Maybe you guys have a different strategy. I know some of you like to count by 2s. Some of you might have moved the beads in your head and set it up a different way. So just think about different ways you might have done that. All right, now we're going to do one more today. Get it ready here. All right, I'm going to show you the 2-row Reck and Rec again. Sorry, I'm trying to hold it and hold the phone. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, or give yourself a thumbs up. And Mrs. Graves, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, how would you solve this one?
I think I'm going to use the same strategy that I used for that other one. I know that there's 5 red on the top, but I'm going to take 1 away because I know that there's not 5 up there. So that must be 4 on the top row. And then I see 5, all the red beads on the bottom. So I know that that's 5. So 4 plus 5 equals 9.
Huh, and that's the same answer we just had, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So is it?
But it looks a little different.
So why is that? Why do you think that is? Are we able to do that with numbers?
Yeah, I think, did you just use 2 different numbers to make the same answer?
I think I did. So we can take the same number and decompose it in different ways, it looks like. Before we had 6 plus 3 equals 9. Now we have 4 plus 5. I like how Mrs. Graves pretended that there were 10. Sorry. Right? If there had been 10, all the red would have been pushed over on the top and the bottom. But since there was 1 missing, 1 wasn't pushed over, we know that 1 less than that 10 is 9. All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Graves.
Bye, guys. Have a good spring break.
All right. Bye.
Let's explore what it means to subtract numbers. So let's say that I want to figure out what 4 minus 3 is. 4 minus 3. So one way to think about this is you start with 4 objects. And so let me just draw 4 objects. So there I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so this is the 4 objects right over here. And when I say minus 3, or if I'm going to subtract 3 from the 4, one way to think about it is I'm going to take 3 of these 4 objects away. So let's do that. So I'm going to take away 1, I'm going to take away 2, and I'm going to take away 3. Notice I took away 1, 2, 3 objects. So how many do I have left over? Well, if I start with 4 and I take away 3, I subtract 3, 4 minus 3, I am left with 1 object, right over here. So 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. Fascinating. Let's do another one of these. Let's figure out what 5 minus 2 is. And let's write it this way. Let's say we want to figure out something, some question mark. Actually, let me just clear this out. So I'll just do it right over here, actually. So let's say we have some question mark. So there's some unknown number right over here. So I'll just put a question mark over here. And we say that unknown number is equal to 5 minus 2. Minus 2. So what is this going to be? Well, let's visualize it. This means I have 5 things, and I'm going to take away 2 of them. And this is going to be what I have left over after I start with 5 and take away 2. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. And now I am going to take away 2 of them. So I'm going to take away 1 and 2. So I took away 1, 2 objects. So how many do I have left over? Well, I have left over these, let me do this in a different color. I have left over these purple things right over here. So how many is that? How many do I have left over? Well, I have left over 1, 2, 3 of my original 5. So something is equal to 5 minus 2. That something is 3. 3 is equal to 5 minus 2. So let me just replace this with a 3. So we see that 3, let me do the 3 in the same color as this green. So we see that 3 is equal to 5 minus 2, or we could say that 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. Either way.